institutions like us were set up to go into markets that are subject to market failures, institutional failures, and all of that. So we obviously are equipped to go into these tougher terrains to deal with those gaps. And we do that by, of course, having a strong institutional framework that allows us to engage in a very robust way, but at the same time, because of our positioning in the industry and in the region, we have risk-sharing partners. We work with the insurance syndicates. We don't, of course, farm out all the risk, but we will share a significant part of the risk with insurance players who obviously want to participate in risk-taking with us. So that is one way in which we do it. We also have financial partners, other banks, who know that we're quite specialized in the region that we serve, that they would then work with us to do special agreements that allow them to participate on the back of what we do. It's often referred to as risk participation agreements. We have those with several other banks who simply stand behind us and participate in the financing that we do. So that would be both on a funded and a risk participation basis. So that would be another example. And then there's, of course, portfolio guarantees that we do take out from time to time. We have some strategic partners who encourage us to continue taking risk in difficult environments, and then they'll stand behind us on a portfolio basis. These are just some examples in which we've managed to do it. And it's been both private sector participants who come in on the risk sharing, as well as other specialized agency type institutions to do that. Well, it's one other area where there's a very strong synergy between OPEC Fund and ourselves, because trade is obviously our core mandate. We have worked a lot on the SME financing side, and so that's been another success story over the years. But in addition to the risk capital that OPEC Fund has given us, on the basis of which we have supported various sectors, including trade finance, there is an opportunity now for us to explore very, very focused partnerships on special purpose vehicles that address the big gaps in trade finance that we're all aware of, the 100 billion or so that is often referred to in the markets, in the research. And so we have worked on a couple of these special purpose vehicles. Our flagship vehicle is on its way to $500 million in the next year or so, and it's gone very well. We have over 50 different shareholders in this special purpose vehicle. Of course, OPEC Fund has indirectly supported this fund by being a shareholder of TDB Group. So the general equity that they have provided in the form of Class B shares has capitalized TDB Group to launch special funds like this. So in a sense, OPEC Fund is already in it as a strategic partner, but we feel that there are opportunities to scale up in that particular asset class of trade finance on the back of what we've done with other multilaterals. So Badia, as you might know, is another regional continental multilateral that has been also responding to the gaps in trade finance. And so they came in and anchored an SPV alongside us. They own around 25% shareholding in an SPV. When we started, they owned 50%, we owned 50%, but then the shareholding went from 2 to 50. And so we got diluted down, and now we have a very robust mix of different types of participants in this fund. I envisage us building on that success with OPEC Fund. We're launching a new fund that is a medium-term fund where we're looking for anchor partners. So we obviously have OPEC Fund in mind as a very fine development finance institution that understands what we do to also ensure energy security in the region. So we finance a lot of importation of both fertilizer and fuel for our member states. And I think there's a very strong a meeting of minds with the OPEC Fund around transition financing and being practical, being realistic about how one positions themselves vis-a-vis emerging economies, developing economies that are moving very quickly to build renewable energy and to reduce their footprints on the carbon side, but at the same time needing some level of continuity to be able to make the transition over time. And we find that we're very practical in that sense. We understand the transition from a developing country perspective. And it's fantastic that OPEC Fund shares that maturity of thinking. And so that's why we have a lot of respect for OPEC Fund, because they understand the complexity of transition.